All right. What's up, YouTube? Sorry that we are a little bit late. My webcam setup thingy was having some issues. Anyway, what the fuck are you pointing at?
My nipple.
Oh, Jesus, you're touching. Oh, don't fucking hell. I am really not aware of the fact that, the entire chat is already exploding.
I'm disappointed that you didn't get. I'm disappointed that you didn't pick up on that right away.
I didn't pick up on any of that, man. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, man. Really?
It's terrible.
It's fucking terrible. Isn't it?
It's fun. We've got lots of comments from people.
Yeah, we've got ready to go. Well, I know. Window Beer who's saying hi. How you doing, buddy? Sure, saying ready to go. 2 words, 9 letters. 2 words, 9 letters. Do tell me 2 words, 9 letters. I'm kind of curious what he meant. Hall Pizza. Get pizza. Hall. That's Dutch for Hall Pizza. Passiefruit 007.
Yeah.
Passiefruit saying just had 2 pastry stouts from Case. Fudge Stout Wild Turkey 2022. Usually I don't really like sweet stout beers, but this shit was good. Like, fuck me, man. He's like going for 3 big ass fucking stouts like on a Wednesday evening.
Ooh.
Props for that.
I've actually got a Brauerei Case beer in the fridge that I need to review.
A what did you say? A?
Brauerei Case.
Yeah, and then A?
I just saying that I need to review it.
No, but what beer style?
Oh, it's a pastry stout. It's called Swedish Vacuum Cleaner. So it's like I think it's chocolate and marzipan.
Right, yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah. It's based on that one Swedish pastry or cookie or whatever.
Yeah, the green one.
Yeah, Renee's saying koop sushi, buy sushi. Nope, not that beer.
You know what's weird? I can actually understand these Dutch things now.
Oh, so that's not a good thing.
Like shoop, yeah. In Swedish, we would say shoop.
Shoop. Possibly saying their anniversary Baltic Porter doesn't disappoint as well. I do love a good Baltic Porter. I am very quickly pouring myself a ale.
Is that a Vine Stefan at Corbinian?
No, it is actually.
It's a Weizen.
It's that Dunkel. Hefeweizen
I've not had that one in a long time. Yeah,
I like that one. What are you having? These are the Urkel, isn't they?
Yeah, I got a can of Urkel and a can of Paulaner Helles. I just kind of thought, why not? So yeah,
always good stuff to have. Craft beer specialist saying evening. Joe is saying cheers, guys. And Passiefruit is saying hardcore stout drinker. We're 3 minutes in. I cleared through all the comments we already had. James, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just a bit tired. I've been working. Over the next 3 weeks, I have 3 hemtentans, so like 3 home exams, so papers to write. So I'm just not far off finishing the first one. So this week it's Central European history. Next week is Japan history. Then the week after that is China history. So
are those 3 countries that you chose yourself to write papers on, or was that?
It's for the courses. So I've got. It's kind of interesting. I'm doing. Basically, this semester, I'm just picking up history credits to put history on my teaching license, just because, well, why not? And 2 of the courses are nighttime courses, so yeah. But yeah, no. First course is. It was weird. The first one is like Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and the other post-Soviet states. So it's weird. I took that, and all this shit kicked off.
That was I was about to ask. That was all before.
Yeah, no. I chose this course in like November or something. So yeah.
Fuck.
But then the second one is like the Central European company, so Poland, Czech, Slovakia, Hungary. And so the first half of the course is until like 89, 91, and then the second half is going to be after that. And then on the China and Japan one, we're on early history now, and then we're going to switch. After these exams, we're going to switch to the modern history. So we've been learning about the samurai in Japan, the development of like Bushido culture and all this kind of thing. And in China, we've just been doing the
very much a misunderstood subject. People have so many preconceived notions and the wrong concept of what samurai, Bushido, what it all
Yeah.
entails, what it all means. Quite interesting. Have you ever read Hagakuda's Wave? No, was it Wave the Samurai? Was by Hagakuda. Hagakuda. Wait, give me a moment. I have some of these books. I got. Wait. Oh shit. Wait. What was that book called again? I can pick it up for you right now. Book of no. You know what? I can look it up right upstairs. It's Hagakuda's. Was it The Way of the Samurai? No, it wasn't The Way of the Samurai. It's a video game. I can't remember. Anyway,
I actually saw a game that looked something like Assassin's Creed or Uncharted, something in the middle, and it was set in like feudal Japan. It looks quite interesting, actually.
Give me like half a minute. I'll be right back, okay? Because now I just need to pick it up. I need to run upstairs and grab that book. Just give me like
I can't click on the I can't show the comments, can I?
No, you can't. But you can just comment on them because that's okay.
Where did we get to? Well, How Pizza, the two things.
The last two comments. The last two comments is the ones that you need.
I'll
be
okay.
Right back.
Everyone's just saying, we've got Simon Friend saying hello, that's nice. Passive Rucht 007. I like this name. What does it actually mean in Dutch? I'm not sure. And we've got Joe saying hello as well. Nice to see you, Joe. Hardcore stout drinker. Yeah, I agree. I think, though, it's actually really nice just to go back to something like this. Like, I very rarely drink the same beer more than once, but you know, Pilsner Urquell, Leffe Blonde, those are probably my two kind of go-tos, if you like. I do love a Pilsner Urquell. Yeah. Pulzinski Prazdroj. Very nice. Yeah, what are you guys all on tonight? Let us know in the comment section. And I hope that you guys actually enjoy this kind of weekly segment that Thomas and I are going to do. So next week is going to be on my channel again. So yeah, we're good. Thomas and I we wanted to do something regular together. So we just decided that, we would call it RampantThomas. And here we are every Wednesday. So the time might change a little bit. Just keep an eye. But yeah, about 8 o'clock roughly. 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So he's got his book. Is that book in foreign? Does it use one of them alphabets? What has
actually
what has
really no, it doesn't.
This
is Hagakure, the Book of the Samurai.
Oh, okay.
Hagakure, in the Shadow of Leaves, is a manual for the samurai classes consisting of a series of short anecdotes and reflections that give both insight and instruction in the philosophy and code of behavior that fosters the true spirit of Bushido, the way of the warrior. It is not a book of philosophy, as most would understand the word. It is a collection of thoughts and sayings recorded over a period of 7 years, and as such covers a wide variety of subjects, often in no particular sequence. This is, I believe, a abridged version.
So it's a book it's a translated book from Japanese then?
Yes. So, for example, this is a lot of things. This is small little anecdotes and stories. There is something to be learned from a rainstorm. When meeting with a sudden shower, you try not to get wet and run quickly along the road. But doing such things as passing under the eaves of houses, you still get wet. When you are resolved from the beginning, you will not be perplexed, though you still get the same soaking. This understanding extends to everything.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Not really.
Right. So here's the thing. If you look at it you can look at this from two different angles. Always be prepared, but mostly be of acceptance. When it rains, accept the fact that it rains. There is nothing you can do about it. You can run from doorway to doorway, shelter to shelter, trying to get home, and you will get wet. Or accept the fact that it's raining and just go home. The outcome is still the same. There is nothing you can change. And this attitude in life can actually bring you great calm, understanding, and acceptance.
Yeah. Or you can just wait until it gets dry.
That's not actually the lesson that you should learn from this, but yeah.
Yeah. Wait for the rain to
Well,
stop. I suppose in Japan when it
yeah.
rains, that's in Japan when it rains, it rains. Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's just very interesting.
Yeah.
It's I've browsed through this on many occasions, and I have to sneeze.
I
There
bless
we
you.
go. Thank you. You always bless me, don't you? But yeah.
Oh, yes,
Anyway,
I always bless lots of things.
you would like this, and there's also the Book of Five Rings. I think it's from. It's a collection of thoughts on how to act. It's by this one Japanese, the Book of Five Rings, I think it was called.
Mm.
It's used in business school by businessmen. The Book of Five. Oh yeah, Miyamoto Musashi. The Book of Five Rings is a text on kenjutsu and the martial arts in general, written by the Japanese swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. And I think mostly these days you find that it's used a lot by businessmen because they feel that they find, ways of dealing in. Anyway, go look that up. That's not what we were talking about. We were talking about something else. We were talking about you dealing with your exams right now, and that you had some interesting subjects that came out of.
No, I just basically writing the basically just writing the different papers and stuff just now and getting my first credits on the board and things. But it's quite nice. I need to do a bit more for my economics stuff. I've got economics things coming up, but I don't know. I might just leave those and sit the exams later. I don't know. Focus on getting the history stuff done, and that's that.
And how's the rest of your life?
Going all right. Just I've been quite busy, seeing a lot of friends and things, and you've just been trying to work away and just get everything done. Because I'm actually, I think the courses that I'm doing, it actually means that I'm studying like 350%. So it's crazy. But yeah, otherwise, no, just doing good, working away on the weekends, and as always, bobbing along.
Right. So when are you going back to Scotland?
I actually fly to Scotland next Thursday evening, and then I have a bachelor. Yeah, I've got a bachelor party. So we're going away up to the Trossachs for that. So it's like right in the middle of the it's just on the edge of the Highlands, like on the edge of Speyside. It's kind of up there. So my friends rented a house or something like this for like 2 nights. So we're just going to go up there, and I think we're going like clay pigeon shooting and all this kind of shit. So
fun.
Yeah, should be quite fun. And then the next, I'm staying at home for the week, and then the next weekend it's my friend's wife's 30th. So yeah, and then I come back to Sweden for a few days, and then I go to Berlin.
I constantly forget you're a pup.
Mm.
I constantly forget you're fucking young. I turned 40 in just over a week, and that's even still quite young.
I don't know. I had it in my head that you were like 38. I didn't realize. I thought because if I'd known that this was your 40th birthday, I would have said we need to do a beer tuber hangout for your birthday. We need to we need to do like a meetup.
Oh, like so. Yeah, that could have been fun. No, I'm not doing anything. Like last year, I did this online hangout. Remember? I think you were there as well for a while.
Oh, was that the one where we were making the fake accounts and like
that one?
All
fucking hell! And Ollie did the weird thing. Ollie did the weird thing with a green screen with my face.
Who? No, that was Adam.
Ollie
did that.
No, that wasn't Adam. That was Ollie.
No, that was Adam.
No, it was Ollie. I fucking guarantee you that was Ollie.
Ah, okay.
But anyway, so yeah, that one. But I'm not doing anything like that. It's like I don't really care about my birthday.
Yeah.
And last year, it's just because with the COVID situation, everything sucked. But I really don't even celebrate my birthday. For me, it's a Friday, and it happens to be the Friday that I turn 40. That's it. So, yeah.
All right. No, well, I actually, one thing I need to talk to you about a bit later is I've still got my flight to the US, and it's with KLM. So I'm thinking that what I'm
It's a French-Dutch collaboration.
it's with KLM and it goes through Amsterdam. So what I was
Mm.
thinking is that we can meet up in Amsterdam and try some of them foreign ales.
I am absolutely. I could hang out with you in Amsterdam. I am. The idea is when you go to the USA, I go there as well. Remember?
yes, but on the way back or the way there, yeah.
However, I don't really actually live the way you do. I don't know how you do it, but for me, it's all about last minute planning. So if I want to go, I'm going to buy a ticket in like June or July.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
I know. I don't even know if when I have my summer holiday. So we'll just see. We'll just see. I love to go with you there because that's the entire plan. But so, for example, one thing that might get in the way this year because there's always shit happening. And I don't want to go into a big debate about it because last time we had quite a intense discussion about the Russian-Ukraine war right going on and everything.
Mm.
I hope to keep things a little bit lighthearted this time. But with the current energy prices, I would like to know how if in about 4 weeks or so, 3 weeks, I'm going to have to pay my annual energy bill.
Oh, fuck.
In the Netherlands, we have this thing, right? You pay a monthly amount of money based on a recommendation that they do for you compared to the years before, and your average use of energy in terms of gas and electricity. But the prices, of course, went up. For me, the prices went up from January 1st. That's when my new prices went in. So it could be that I'm going to be quite okay in the amount of money that I have to pay this year.
But next year.
Yeah, but I won't know until like a couple of weeks. So if all is reasonably fine, I could still pay for a plane ticket. But if I'm fucked, there's households in the Netherlands where they already are estimating some people having to pay between 1,500 and 2,000 euros extra in terms of energy. So yeah, making sure that I actually have power and heat is a little bit more important than going to the States.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
So I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens. That's why I'm just not making any promises just yet.
You know, that's one thing I've actually been thinking about because I'm kind of getting to that stage where I should look at buying something, and I'm almost tempted to I'm tempted to, when I would buy somewhere, take an extra loan and take an extra loan and just buy a bunch of solar panels and some batteries. Because I think it would, they put another 10. I don't know how much. I need to have a look at how much it would cost. But even getting a little wind turbine, I would do that.
When I bought this house with my then girlfriend, that was the entire idea. We actually went for a mortgage that was a lot lower than we could have as a max in terms of the amount that we could loan for the mortgage. So we'd have some leeway. First of all, our monthly mortgage payments wouldn't be so high, and we'd have a little bit leeway if we wanted to do some modeling around the house. We could always up it a little bit, and then have a little bit of extra. But then the entire shitstorm happened.
Yeah.
And with my single income, I can't really go much higher anymore. Maybe I can in about a year or two, but when I got the house on my own name 3 years ago, I couldn't. So just have to see what happens. Otherwise, I would definitely do what you just did. I would get like what's the right way to say this? Rearrange my mortgage would probably be the best way to. So you go like with your broker and you just talk about what's the possibilities. Can I, rearrange my mortgage, rearrange my monthly payments, get like a little bit of an extra loan. I would do a little bit of remodeling in the house, insulate everything a little bit more, and do things like you said with solar panels. So you spend some money for the short term to make money on the long term. Anyway, long story short, that's not a possibility for me right now, but I hope to do something similar in the future.
Yeah.
Shoot was saying last year your birthday hangout was brilliant.
It was fun,
amazing, mate. I can't even. That was the one where I basically chucked the Firestone Walker You remember that?
Oh yeah, because it was hot. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it was good. It was a great
Oh, you
beer. But
chugged it. I thought you said you chucked
well,
it. Sorry.
no, chugged it as in I just poured it and drank it. I didn't even. You were one of the guys being very vocal about, don't do this. Just save it for a review.
Mm. Mm.
I got fucking sloshed.
Yeah, you were steaming. Yeah.
I was so happy that I had the next morning off.
Oh yeah.
That was bloody brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Baker Dunn saying, "Vung, red."
Fuck Putin, hacker.
Yeah. Oh. Since last week, I've had 11. Oh, really? How is that working out so far? I mean, because I'm assuming we have had quite a lot of sun in the last couple of days here in the Netherlands. How's that working out for you so far? Can you already see like this little meter you have that you're, saving on power and everything?
My aunt and uncle actually, and I've told you about them before. They're in like St George, in the middle of the bush in Queensland. They were getting solar panels, so I think their electricity is basically free. So
It really depends on. It depends on so many things, doesn't it? Like how many panels do you get? If you don't get enough, you're never gonna break even. And how much. How is the position of your house? I've had people who say they wanted to have solar panels, and they've had the professionals come by. They say like, the way your roof is angled, you're never going to get enough sunlight.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is. I think you've got to. I don't know what direction your house is. What direction does your house face?
That way. And that way.
And that
I have that way and that way. There's nothing that way and there's nothing that way. It's that way and that way.
Yeah, no, because you're thinking the angle of the roof and all.
I know. I'm trying to figure out. Like, I was gonna say, I think my backyard is towards the north. Oh God, I forgot.
No, you need to figure that. That's an important thing to figure out before you get there.
Exactly, but that's what the professionals are for, right? Because I'm an idiot, so I'm stupid. Schwartz is lots of Thomases, and especially how flabbergasted you were.
Yeah, that was fun.
At one point, I went back to I had to go for a quick bathroom break, and that's when I came back, and Ollie did the thing with the green screen. And I just put my headphones on, and the moment I sat down, everybody started laughing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is everybody laughing about? First, I was like worried. Did I just leave? Did I not mute myself properly enough?
I know what you mean with green screen now. Yeah, where he's pretending that he was you, but yeah, no. The thing that was in my head was, the thing I was thinking Adam did. Adam did the one where it was like flipped. It was like black and white or something.
Yeah, that's what Adam did.
That's what I was meaning. Yeah.
So I was just sitting there, and I wasn't aware of what was happening. So it just took me like a moment to figure it out, and then I was just sitting there going like, "The fuck." And then all the extra accounts that just kept popping up. And honest to God, that was one of my best birthdays ever. That was bloody fucking brilliant.
Yeah, no, that was just quite funny because you had no idea who was what.
It was beautiful. I think at some point it was Kyle from No High Beer Reviews. You were one.
Yeah, I was one of them. Yeah, I can't even remember which one I was. Yeah,
no, I don't recall either. I just know there was somebody from the future, and there were alternate dimensions, and I don't know, man. It was fucking hilarious. Bloody brilliant. In 6 days, we produce the amount of electricity we normally use in a month. That is actually...
Yeah, can you sell it? Because quite often you can sell it back to the grid as well.
That's basically usually what happens, is you only use what you use, and the rest is sold back to the grid. So if you do it properly, they balance everything out. And it could be that at the end of the year, if you sold enough back compared to what you used, you could actually earn money.
This is quite random, but I remember, I'm pretty sure it was the Netherlands. There was one of the universities in the Netherlands. What they were doing was they were putting like servers in people's houses, or like components of supercomputers in people's houses. Yeah. And because these things give off lots of heat, they were using them to warm people's houses instead. And it was a thing with the university. So the university had like a stupidly powerful supercomputer because there was like a server in so many people's houses around the town.
I really couldn't tell you if that was the Netherlands or not. I don't recall.
I'm
that
pretty
source,
sure it
but
was.
could
I'm
be.
pretty sure it was the Netherlands. I couldn't tell you what town it was. It wasn't Leiden, because I would remember if it was Leiden.
Servers used to heat houses. Just
There's somewhere.
Dutch house. Oh right, yeah. Dutch households will use servers to heat a house. Wow, The Verge.
What town is it in?
Look, I'm just. Just give me a moment. I'm just. Dutch startup Nerdalize has a different approach. That's right.
Oh, I thought it was a university.
Nerdalize is now moving. Starting on. I'm just quickly browsing through the. It doesn't actually say in which town it was. It just, at one point, it does say, however, there are a lot of unresolved questions about Nerdalize's plans, like will companies be happy about having that data sitting in people's houses, and how will customers feel when they need to let an engineer in to fix their malfunctioning servers? And more simply, will the whole business plan even be sustainable at scale? It seems for Nerdalize the proof is in the pudding as it continues to put its technology in more houses. It doesn't actually say anything about a specific town, or if it's all over the. I would like to point out, by the way, though, that this was almost 5 years ago,
Okay. See, I remember weird shit.
and I have no idea if this is something that's still. Oh, to live on a massive series of servers all connected. Wait, this is from the BBC. That's why Sweden decided to use it to heat people's homes. According to an article on the BBC, Sweden did it.
Oh, I thought it was the Netherlands.
Yeah, it was the Netherlands, but also apparently Sweden. Few people have ventured into these data centers, but in the Swedish capital of Stockholm, I went inside these information labyrinths and discovered that they're not just housing data. All the heat they give off is helping to warm homes in the city of over 900,000 people. So apparently Stockholm did something similar. And the article on the BBC is dated a couple of months after the article about the Netherlands.
Interesting.
Lars is saying we sell the rest back. Vanessa's saying hi, hello.
Hi, Vanessa. Not seen Vanessa for a wee while, actually.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Neither have I. Good evening. I make fires with servers.
Adam, I need to chat. Actually, just when Adam's here, Adam, I need to chat to you about those beers that Peter has and mailing them up to the motherland, actually, at some stage. Need to chat to you about that.
Whoa, Vanessa has 50 solar panels on this house. That is like, first of all, how big is your roof?
It's an American house. It's small for them.
It's not an American house. It's an American house.
It's an American house. He's got a porch and a place for you to sit with your 44 and shoot those goddamn redcoats.
Joe saying hi to, I guess, everybody else, because I think Joe said hi earlier, didn't he? Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And Vanessa's asking, what wattage are your solar panels? I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Do you?
Oh, right, okay. So I need to get on. Peter doesn't answer his messages, though. It's a pain in the hole.
Dude, sometimes I've sent Peter a message through Messenger. What was it? When was it? Months ago, anyway. I think it took like weeks for him to respond to it.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that.
I don't know. He's a dear, but sometimes.
Yeah.
£50, 280 watts each. How many is that in gigawatts? Gigawatts. Jesus. I've had a long day, mate. I've had a really fucking long day.
What, 50 times 280?
No, but it's gigawatts. It's a lame.
1400, about 14,000 watts. There you go.
Honey, it was a lame reference to Back to the Future. Gigawatts.
Okay. Still 14,000.
I was just trying to make a lame reference.
When I say maths, I like to do maths. 14,000.
I don't. I hate maths, and I just wanted to make a fun joke about the fact that is her house capable of sending a DeLorean back in time? Oh dear.
Oh, I would love to do that.
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
So, how's your weekend reviewing been?
Oh, I've done a few interesting. I've done a couple of interesting things. Yeah, I picked up some. I picked up the goodies from Denmark last week?
Oh no.
I can't remember. So I'll show you a few. I had this one the other day. New
That
Danish brewery,
is-
slow
I
burn
love that.
brewing.
Love that bottle shape.
Yeah, this is a 12% bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. First dark beer I've had from this brewery, but it was delicious.
I'll have 4, please.
Oh, I also had this one from Niels Oscar, 25th anniversary barley wine.
Ooh.
That was quite nice. It kind of straddled the line between English and American, but it was good. I also had this one, which is it's Dugas and
Douglas does
Electric
some nice
Nurse.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So Electric Nurse is owned by the Dugas guy's daughter. So this was a rum and red wine barrel aged imperial coconut stout. It's very nice. I also had one from Kinnegar, my last Irish beer for a little while. This was quite nice. Old school, sort of West Coasty IPA. I had this one from Ghost Brewing in Copenhagen, Black Beast, old school imperial stout, about 90 IBUs. It was very nice.
Ooh.
I also had Gamma and Finback. This is a double IP at Aquaticus. That was very nice.
Say that again. Say that again. That last what?
Gamma and
Last
Finback.
beer.
It's called Aquaticus.
Yeah, but then
That's it.
I thought you mentioned hops. I'm sorry, I might have misheard you.
No. And this one, I had my first beer from Salicat. If you ever see one from this brewery, I recommend them. Norwegian guys from what city is it again? Stavanger. So Stavanger, those guys are doing some really, really nice stuff. Actually, it's a really, really good New England IPA. So I'd recommend some. I think it'll probably be quite expensive down there, right enough, but it's I got it in Copenhagen for quite a reasonable price. So yeah, no, that's what I've been doing this week. I've got one or two others sitting in the fridge that I'm looking forward to, but yeah.
Don't you hate how those beers that you're drinking go down so fucking easily?
What, the Pilsner Urquell, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hefeweizen's I find them quite heavy these days, yeah.
Hefeweizens can get Hefeweizens, even though in terms of like, I know it shouldn't matter, but calories, the way you get energy from them, the way they fuel you, they're not that much more than like a generic Pilsner, and somehow to just fill you up so much more.
Mm.
I know exactly
Oh,
what you mean.
Rauch, you should try the Weizen from Schlenkerla. Like, see if you go and try that on tap. Oof.
I've had now I feel like a Schlenkerla. I might, after this one, I might just go and browse for Schlenkerla. I have the Helles somewhere, I have the Märzen somewhere.
Ooh, I'm jealous, actually.
Oh, I've got
They
some
just
good
released.
smoke.
I think the Fasten beer is getting released here in a week or two. Actually,
Go for that one. I love that one.
I've had that
it,
quite
and
a few times. I might buy a bottle of that just for
I
like.
haven't.
You know what? If you can see if you get that, actually, that's what we should do. We should start doing with these things. If we can get a beer, we can do if we can find something German. Or
I wanted
something
to get
Belgian.
like the Urquell, but apparently the Urquell really isn't that easily to get here in the Netherlands. You don't really find them that often.
I was surprised actually.
Adam's drinking a crowler of Asvax Pale Ale. Don't know what that one is, but
actually.
I love a pale ale, so I'm already happy. We'll got to get cleaned up after work and get some stuff done around the house, so the wife will have my balls. Cheers, guys. Talk to you later, Joe. Have a good day, mate. Hope
Happy
all is
shagging when your
well.
wife's happy with all the chores.
Well, a happy wife is a happy life, or something they always say, right?
Hmm.
I've had a few interesting beers to review.
Mm.
It's been a while since I actually got a red ale from a brewery not that long
Ooh.
ago. That was fun. And Burton ales is not something we really get here, right? You know
Okay.
the style?
We talked about that last week, did we not?
I think so, we did. And I got a Neo Burton ale from two Dutch breweries, a collaboration, and I loved it. I loved the ever loving fuck out of it. But in terms of flavor and profile and everything I was getting, I have no experiences with Burton ales because we don't get them here. But fuck me if I did not think that I was drinking, instead of an 8% ale, I thought I was drinking like a 5% Märzen or Vienna lager, which is definitely fantastic. But I just kept thinking, is this what a Burton ale is supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I loved it. Wouldn't mind more of it. But yeah, so that was fun. I had this IPA from Shiatsu from Spain. If you
Oh,
don't
I've
see
seen a
that,
few of
it's
their
Spain.
things about actually. I need
Yeah,
to try them. Yeah.
I've had a few of the beers before. It was a very odd hop combination when you think about it. Citra, Simcoe, and Sabro.
I wouldn't be so.
And
I
I
mean, if you
just,
think Citra Simcoe Mosaic, Sabro's not a million miles away from Mosaic, other than the
oh,
coconut type
come
thing.
on, no. That's exactly.
Similar. Sabro's
No.
orangey tangerine and coconut. Yeah.
Orangey tangerine. That's funny that you say, because I do get the citrus, but for me, Sabro for me is Sabro is either for me insanely coconutty or it goes all the way up to lime. I never
No,
really
see,
get the
I get the
tangerine,
coconut, but I think it's a tangerine coconut. Yeah.
and I do get that soft floral thing from it. But anyway, I find that a bit too much different from mosaic. But maybe that's
Mm.
just. Let me just quickly get to these because bird nails. Bird nails is not really a style available anyway, including bird
Yeah. No,
poetry. I
I'd
know.
never heard of it
Anyway,
until you mentioned it. Yeah.
bird nail style is to do with bird nails in the water rather than a specific style. Sabro is pina colada with orange. Am I the only one getting like a soft floral note from it and a lot of lime? I never really got orange or tangerine. I always get lime.
Here's an interesting one, actually. You know that. You know it's interesting.
I
Well,
am, but
there's so many new hops these days. For some reason, Gamma Brewing in Denmark, they're playing around with Belma a lot recently, which is quite interesting. I thought Belma was actually, for some reason, I had it in my head that Belma was a Polish hop. I don't know why, but yeah, no, it's this American kind of thing, and it's really interesting. But there's quite a few breweries using like Strata and well, I think Talus is starting to come to Sweden now as well. So but there's a few. I was thinking about this. There's quite a few hops that have this big melony component to them, and if you think about it, like Cashmere was one. Cashmere has this really big melony component to it. I think Cashmere is one you've always got to be quite careful with when you use it.
we hardly get cashmere here.
Cashmere, but the reason I know Cashmere is because Davor always sends me the Slovenian IPAs, and they've often got Cashmere in them. But I think that's a
Sorry.
hop that's fairly widely produced down there.
I don't know what's going on. Just very 2 seconds. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I keep having to put fucking stuff in time in blocking users in chat because I'm getting so much spam.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird how you get all these fucking weird hacker bastards.
You
Now.
don't have that?
I don't get so much of it actually. Yeah.
I do. Anyway, yeah, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, no, so there's a few hops, like Strata gives you this big melony strawberry type thing, which is interesting. And yeah, Cashmere was another one that gives you a lot of melon. There is one more that's not coming into my head actually. Styrian Wolf, that's it, melon. But that's a Slovenian hop. You don't come across that all that often.
I've heard of it. I don't think. No. Sorry, I'm confusing it with Styrian Gold.
Mm-hmm.
You said Styrian Wolf, right?
Styrian Wolf. Yeah, there's also Styrian Dragon as well, actually.
I only know Styrian Gold.
That's interesting.
Never heard of the other two.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to keep an eye out. Hops in a pale ale is Amarillo, Lord. Oh, please, just Amarillo. I was
I
so
love Amarillo. Love
yeah,
that
but
hop.
even Citra, you're going to see the review soon. The Russians are coming. The Russians are already bloody here. But yeah, no, Citra. I am one of those guys who really thinks Citra is so incredibly underrated as a hop.
I think, yeah, I
And
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
sorry.
No, I like it. I don't know if it's necessarily I don't know if I agree with you that it's underrated because it's still used so often. But
Yeah, but
Citra's one of the few hops where I can think of that you can make like an IPA just with Citra and you wouldn't feel as if you're missing anything.
that's exactly my point. That's my point. It's
Ah,
always Citra and stuff. And one of the
mm,
things that I reviewed, that's what I was. That's why I was getting to that. One of the beers that I reviewed, it was from Flume, the guy that I told you about, right?
mm.
Local dude. He brewed a hazy. Was no, it was actually technically a New England style. He didn't even brew it as a hazy IPA, but actually as a New England. But it was just like 8% ABV, Citra only,
Mm,
Citra only, New England style.
yeah, you know
It
one.
was just. It was such a long time ago that I really enjoyed.
Because there's a really good IPA, and if I can find see that before the next, but I need to figure that out when to come and visit you anyway. But if I can get one for you that's fairly fresh in Copenhagen, one beer I would like to bring down to you would be Raw Power from Abeltoft Gård Brewery in Denmark. It's a Citra, it's a New England double IPA, and it's
Want
Citra
it?
only. It's just
Fucking
crazy.
want it. Citra.
Yeah.
I love these. I first of all, I always keep telling people drink as many single hop IPAs, pale ales, whatever that you can. Preferably, if you can, in the lower ABV scale. Not too much in the double IPAs, but maybe that's just me because I feel that when they get to the double IPAs, you get the bigger sweetness.
Mm.
And for some
But
reason, I
see,
always feel that bigger when it gets too malty because of the higher ABV, and you get the bigger sweetness. It just sort of fights against the hops maybe a little bit. But anyway, drink
mm,
as many single hop pale ales and IPAs as you can, and get to know the flavor profiles of
exactly, yeah.
all of these. Just keep doing that, and just learn to appreciate. Especially again, there's a few hops out there. If I see them as single pale or single IPA, single hop. Amarillo, Citra, Simcoe. I am a slut for Simcoe. I will buy
Mm.
it. I will buy it. I
You
will
know,
drink it.
yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point. Like, and this is a well, right. I want to talk about hops, and I also want to talk about the malt bases in New England because you made a point there that's quite
Mhm.
interesting. So, um, I always used to say that back in the day, if you went above like 8.5% in a New England IPA without sweetness, the beer started. I didn't back in because this is the thing. I think with New England IPAs, for me, the ones that came over to Europe, right? They're all based
Mhm.
on the Treehouse and the Trillium ones. So the Treehouse
Yeah.
ones are more kind of oaty. The Trillium ones are a little bit more kind of wheaty and bitey, if you like. But people forget, like if you try, for example, Alchemist, those ones are a little bit more rye leaning and farmhousey. If you try Lawson's Finest Liquids, you can see the start of the New England in there, but there's still a fair bit of West Coast. They've got a bit more bitterness and a bit
Love.
of biscuit in them. But this is the thing. We have this preconception in Europe that a New England IPA is always like wheaty bready or oaty creamy. We have this kind of thing. But the original New England IPAs have this really yeasty, farmhousey vibe to them. And
Absolutely.
that's not something that you really see in European
Well,
ones.
I
Um,
wouldn't really. I mean, it depends on the kind of yeast that you're using and the water treatment and everything. If you get that farmhousey thing that you're saying, but I will say
mm,
that what people tend to forget. This is the biggest thing. People tend to forget. They think about New England style IPAs and they always think it's some sort of hop and that it has to be extremely fruity, like super fruity in terms of
mhm.
the hops. And they want to go for all the very, tropical peach and mango kind of sweet fruit hop varieties that give you all of that. The biggest difference between a New England style IPA and the older West Coast, like the East Coast and West Coast thing, it's the yeast and the water treatment. It's three things that make it very different. It's yeast, water treatment, and when do you add your hops to the boil?
Well, not necessarily, I would say, to be honest, because
Well, that's how a brewer told me. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. That's how I was.
okay.
Okay,
Because I
so
mean, for me, I would add to that, yeah, the hop. Because the thing is, yeah, a West Coast IPA has got a lot more early edition hop, and obviously, the early edition hop gives you all the bitterness and the big dankiness, whereas New England IPAs are more reliant on the late edition and the dry hops. But
yeah,
West Coast IPAs have that as well as the early edition hop. Although the West Coast IPAs changed a lot, because I think now they've taken a chunk of because there's so many people now that have got into IPAs on the New England style, they've changed what a West Coast IPA is, if that makes sense. But
yeah, it does.
West Coast IPAs for me are mainly, the majority of the malt base is barley malt, whereas New England's have more wheat and oat malt. But you can find examples, like even if you think of Sculpin from Ballast Point, which is one of the kind of benchmarks of the West Coast IPA, I would say. I'm sure that that's got wheat in it. I'm pretty sure that one's got wheat in the malt base. And I have seen another one. There was one from somebody else that was quite prominent that had a bit of oat in it. So it's not unheard of to put oat and wheat in the malt base of the West Coast IPAs, but it's nowhere near as common in the West Coast. For me, a West Coast IPA is mainly barley malt.
It is.
I agree. Yeah. So that would be the other thing.
I love how incredibly technical you get. Of course, the malt. You have so much knowledge when it comes to these subjects. No, but it's true. The malt base, of course, is a big thing. But so I visited this local brewery. This was about a year and a half ago during lockdown. They did Splendid and Isolation. They basically, what they said is, we took the same hops, we took the same malt bill. Just what we did is we changed the yeast and the water treatment, and chemicals in the water treatment will interact with everything. The yeast, the
so
hops,
so many folk underestimate water, but
right, and exactly, that's one of the things that I was trying to say, is that when you start looking at what is one of the biggest difference, why are East Coast and West Coast IPAs different? One of the reasons is the way the water responds there, and if you don't treat your water, if you just take the water for what it is, and you do everything exactly the same, you're already going to get a different IPA.
Yeah, and I mean,
exactly.
Because this is the thing. If I brewed the beer here in Lund, if you and I took the same recipe, I brewed it here in Lund, you brewed it in Winschalten,
it's going to be fucking different.
It's going to taste different, yeah. And this is, I've always said this. Like, see, when I try Doppelbock and German style beers brewed by the Swedish breweries, the flavor profile is right there, but it just tastes cleaner. The Scandinavian water just has that quality. It tastes cleaner, yeah.
It's the way the French would say it. It is a certain je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I mean, that's so many folk. I've had arguments with folk about this. And see, if we go down to the pure raw chemistry of this, right? Your palate is based on your palate is based on ions and ion transfer and all this kind of thing. So if you've got different minerals and stuff in your water, it is actually going to affect the sensory part of your palate. And I've had people argue with me before, and that's just from a purely scientific perspective. We're not talking about sommelier-isms or whatever the fuck it is, but it's actually just from a pure chemistry point of view, and or physical. With that, physics and chemistry point of view, it's different. It is different. So yeah. Do you mind if I see before we go through the comments? I'm going to get my other beer.
Yeah, I wanted to get another. I'm going to get. How about you go get your different beer? After that, I'll go get a different beer, and then we're going to go through the comments.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about hops as well, because we should talk about hops a little bit more. Because I think some of these new hops that so many of them haven't been tried in West Coast IPAs. Actually, I think that's an interesting point to me.
I'm game.
Yeah, let's do that. Right, back in a second.
I can wait. Say the hip hop, the hip to the hip hop. You don't stop. The dib. I don't know what I'm doing. I do want to go get another beer in a little bit. I have no idea which one though, so I'm gonna have to go think about that for a little while. I actually kind of feel like something malty, something maybe like, I don't know, stout. You make stout. I also don't want to go too big.
Seconds, by the way. 2 seconds. I
Yeah.
have, before I go and put them back. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Swedish vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, so brewed with pure chocolate and marzipan. So I'm going to review that. I might review that. I need to decide when to film that. I might film that the next time and publish it the day before we do the thing next on your channel, or the day before we do it on mine. We'll see. I also found this.
What the fuck? Oscar Blues.
Oscar Blues. You know Dale's Pale Ale?
No.
Yeah, so Dale's Pale Ale is like the very first canned craft beer, right? And this is brewed to celebrate the 20th anniversary of it.
All right, cool.
So yeah, no, I
Sweet.
saw this and I was like, oh shit. I was going to review this earlier today, but I didn't have time. So yeah,
Well, make the time.
9% double IPA version
Fuck
of Dale's
me.
Pale Ale, apparently. Anyway, back in a second.
Back in a second. In the meantime, sorry. Anyway, I'm going to go through the comments in a little bit, the lads, because this is where we left off. It was Rory saying, "Hello, chaps." Hello, chap. So I'm gonna go quickly grab a beer, and James is going to entertain you wee little shits for a little while. Oh, I love you guys, but yeah, be right back. It's a German can of ish.
It's this one. It's from. Go get your beer. Now I'll talk to them about the German beer.
Go talk about the German beer.
It's when you is away getting your beer. I'll talk to you about the German beer. So this one, it's from Paul Lana, and they is from München in Bayern in Germany. Jermuny. Some of these people what doesn't know how to spell in it. So this one is the Münchner L, and it says site, which means I don't know. It's not that. It means that you can say something in it. But this one, it's even got a little picture of Munich, München on it, in it, and it's got a lot of foreign on the back. Look at this one. It's like kimchi speak, innit? It's Korean. Korean. Been to Korea. But anyway, yeah, so don't know why I got into that. Anyway, Thomas sets me off on these things. But yeah, saw that we get this in cans in Sweden now, and I thought I've not had this beer in ages. So why not? A nice half-litre can for, I think it was 16 Swedish kroner, so €1.60. No bad at all for a nice German import beer. So there we go. What percentage is it? 4.9. There we go. Ugh. But this one, I actually saw this in the supermarket in. I saw this one in the supermarket in Scotland as well, and it was a nice surprise. So yeah, we can get good beer now. Good German beer in the supermarkets in Scotland, even though there was Brexit, which was the right thing for the British people. Bollocks. So yeah, that's that. So I've got a proper knobhead pour there. Look at this. I think I poured it a little bit too aggressively, if I do say so myself. Yeah. See what Thomas is going to come back with. See what he's going to do. Oh.
All right. I'm going to go through the comments with you. And then I'm going to open up a beer that I just found while I was rummaging through, what is it? Somewhere between, you know how much beer I have. But I opened up a drawer and I found something. This could be either horrific or fantastic. It is a year past its best buy date.
Mm.
It is a tropical Weizenbock.
How do you get a tropical Weizenbock?
I'm guessing they used
Idaho 7 or something.
I don't know. It doesn't say so, but it's a year past its prime. Because that could be a fun thing to do. Anyway, let's quickly go through the comments. We got Rory saying, hello, chaps. Adam saying, I got 2 single hop Citra Pale Ales today, including one from Twisted Wheel Brew Co., where Jack is the technical brewer there. Now, I don't know who he means with Jack.
Is that Jack of beer reviews?
Could be, I don't know. Another one is the Carnivals on both pails of 4.2. Thinking of doing, oh, you got like a 4.2. So, oh, that is fucking amazing. I love it already. Adam was asking if Rory started his new job yet. This is funny. I know you said you were going to drink a Helles, and even though I heard you saying Polana, I was just thinking about this turbid, cloudy. That's exactly what you have when you hear Polana, right? You think about the Hefeweizen. So even though I know it was going to be a Helles, I have this picture when I hear Polana. So I'm like, what?
It's even got on the back. It's got foreign in it.
It's a little foreign on that, yeah, because
it's got kimchi speak on it.
Oh, God, that is, you can't say shit like that. Fucking hell, dude, you can't say shit like that. Adam was wondering if Rory started his new job yet, to which Rory's responding, no, I didn't go for that job. I've got a couple of job interviews in the pipeline. Cheers on that, mate. I hope you get something good out of those. Vanessa saying Treehouse is 55 miles northeast of me. I should visit. If it's only 55 miles, you definitely should.
What have you been doing that you haven't gone there?
Apparently, she hasn't. Verdon and Siren did a beer each. All that was different was the brewing kit and the water. The beer was similar but not the same. See, that's the thing. Similar but not the same. Good luck, the lad. My well water. Well, it's well water, isn't it? My well water is tasty and different than the city water. The intermission music thing happened. More importantly, Jim, I want Harry to brew a Ipa with Fugels. Okay, we can talk about that when we go talk about the hops thing that you wanted to talk about.
I don't like Fugels. Part in dark beers, yes, but in light beers, no. Anyway.
You can go Fugel yourself, but we're going to get to that because I think I agree with you. I don't know what I want to drink. Even the style is difficult at the moment. As long as it's got the alcohols in it. Bloody Mary later tonight. Nice. I'm munching on my sandwich because you were having a Munich munching.
It's a Münchner lager. It's a Münchner hell.
Helles.
Hell.
Go to hell. I also
just the new Batman, actually.
I'm Batman. I also pour aggressively. I think it's related to anger and contempt I hold inside. Well, that's why I love you, because that's what you and I share. Idaho 7 hello. Hello, Jim. Yes, Jim, on Jack question. Rory's on the case caramel fudge stout with the wild turkey edition. Somebody was drinking that earlier, I believe.
That's it, just the original. I'd love to try some of the barrel-aged versions of that, but that was a beautiful beer. I remember that. That was one of the first Dutch beers I ever tried.
See, there we go. Somebody was drinking that earlier. Fucking funny. I like that.
See if you do happen to see a can of that. Go and get one for me as well, because that does sound very interesting. Wild turkey bourbon barrel aged could be interesting.
I'll keep an eye out. I will. Just 2%. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Did you manage? Just while it's in my head, did you manage to find the Iron Brew sour from Vault City?
No. I don't really have that many great. I mean, I work in a bottle shop. I'm not a bottle shop, but a bottle. I work in a bottle shop. No, I don't work in a bottle shop. I work in a high-end liquor store. And I haven't been able to
I'm curious to see whether this is horrific.
I didn't know how much of a hiss on the opening. Never mind. So I want to take a picture for the socials. Oh, that's a proper pour, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It even has hashtag proper glassware from the brewery. All right, I need to go try and take a decent fucking picture.
Yeah. I'm just going to laugh at you while you do.
Oh, fucking hell, that is horrid. I mean, fucking hell. because it is.
I still remember when we got you doing that. You didn't even mean to. It's Harry and I. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I hate myself. Okay, that's a decent picture. That's a decent enough picture. All right, so let's.
It's functional.
Thomas just skipped over a lot of comments. No, I didn't. I didn't skip over a lot of comments.
I don't think you did either. I
Hmm.
was just winding you up. Yeah. Does it work?
So you know that nose you can sometimes get from those American barley wines because it's a Weizenbock, so it's going to be multi-sweetness, right? You get that.
Mm.
Some of those American barley wines that have a little bit of age on it, but not like a lot of age.
Yeah.
So you start to get that sort of the hops are. There's a point where the hops are going to start going, and you realize this is going to get very nice, but it's not very nice just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it also has a bit of that like old IPA kind of smell. They definitely went for like a tropical vibe, as in they overhopped the fuck out of this. But yeah, it's just this is weird. I need to wrap my head around this for a little bit.
Mm.
Right. You wanted to say something?
I was just going to say, I have to admit, out of these two, I kind of wish I'd had the Hellas first. And then the Urquell, just because this is a bit more bitter. This is like 30 IBUs, if I remember correctly. But this, see now, this does. I think I probably would have appreciated this a bit more first than the other one. Oops.
If you look at the color of this,
what
does that look like?
Chestnut.
But it looks like a barley wine.
Yeah. I've not had a Weizenbock in quite a while, actually. I was surprised at that, how popular the box and stuff were in Netherlands, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't realise you guys did that similar thing.
No, we fucked up the style, man. We fucked up the style like big time. It's a weird one. It's a weird beer, and I'm not really sure but I do need to say, this is a year past its best buy.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially for a very hoppy Weizenbock. Let's see if I can find some information on it while you keep chatting.
Yeah.
Again, Adam, which comments did I miss? Because I don't think I missed any comments.
I don't think you missed any either.
Corné said, I put myself a special bock from Gooise Brewery. It was the gusher of the year for me. Still very tasty, though. Yes, well, Corné, I think that it's kind of proper that you have a gusher going everywhere. Don't you think so? After what you fucking did to me. You beautiful son of a bitch. So I don't know if you know this story. Corné sends me a box of beers, right? There's a shit ton of mystery beer in there. There's like 7 or 8 mystery beers in there. I think he sent like 13 beers. More than half is mystery. I decide to do one live. It went everywhere. I do mean fucking everywhere. I spent a couple of minutes live on YouTube cleaning my fucking table. Okay, let's see if I can find some information. Tropical Weizenbock Brouwerij style. Let's see if I can find some information on the hops used in this.
I'm interested. I'm still look at the comment.
I'm still sorry. You fucking should be. You fucking should be. It was beautiful, man. You should look it up. I'll look up the live stream at some point. And, Because it was on my channel, do you think I can show that here in a share screen without issues?
I have no idea.
So it doesn't say anything about the hops. It does have, yeah. You know what? I'm just going to digest this literally and see what I think about it. I'm just going to see if I can find a live stream because that would be fucking funny.
It would be, yeah.
Oh man, let's see if I can. You're not a Star Wars fan, are you?
Not really.
No, I was just curious because they dropped the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer just now.
Mm.
Yes, share tap tried. I'm looking for it, you sons of. Looking for it. I'm looking for it. Okay, content live. I do way too many live streams.
I suppose you've got you've now got two regulars, one with me and one with Michael, eh?
Michael, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I found it.
You've got it. Is it filming?
It's just having some issues loading for some weird reason. Maybe because I'm streaming.
YouTube does that sometimes. It just decides, oh, I'm not loading this video, and you're like, fuck off.
No, it could also be because I'm using bandwidth because I'm live, but usually that doesn't really give me much issues. Why is this being so fucking difficult? If I open a different video, no, not an issue. But if I want to open an old live stream from an old video of mine, it just doesn't want to. What the hell? Okay, for some reason it doesn't want to do the video. What the hell? Okay, guys, I can't share it for some weird fucking reason. It just doesn't want to play. What is this? Sorry, it just doesn't want to play.
Oh, but we were going to talk about different hops, like that haven't really been tried in West Coast IPAs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
well, Mosaic, I remember, has been tried quite a lot in West Coasters.
yeah.
But you know, the likes of like Strata and Talus and all of these kind of things. Yeah, Strata, Talus. What else?
Strata and Talus.
Sabro as well.
Yeah, Sabro I've seen in New England styles. Plenty.
No, but I mean in
Talus,
West Coasters.
Oh, in West Coasters.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's the point I was making. Like new hops that haven't really been tried in West Coasters.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting because when you think about it, you think that something very floral, like a Talus, could work in the West Coast, right?
Talus. Well, Talus has got that big pink grapefruity thing. It's quite bright and pink grapefruity, I remember. Whereas, I don't know, Strata would be interesting. There's also a hop from France called something Rouge. Is it Laurent Rouge or Alsace Rouge or something like that? That would be really interesting in a West Coaster. It's got a lovely kind of strawberry flavour to it. Yeah.
Okay.
One hop I'd be very curious about in a West Coast IPA would be Northern Brewer from Germany, because it gives that's the one they like to use in Doppelbox and stuff like that. I'd be very curious to try that in a West Coast IPA. See if it would work.
What's your favorite hop for a West Coast IPA then?
Oh, I think probably for me, Amarillo. See if you can get, because for me there's two kinds of West Coast IPAs. So there's the ones that are a little bit lighter and bready and biscuity, but then you get the big oily caramelly bastards as well. And for me, the ideal West Coast IPA, one of my favorite ones is still Omnipollo Nebuchadnezzar, and that's a big Amarillo bastard of a beer. It's great.
Yeah, but Nebuchadnezzar is. Oh, well, sorry, I was mixing two up. Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar is an IPA, right?
Yeah,
I've had
Nebuchadnezzar.
I've had
Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar is their kind of classic West Coast IPA, but
I've had
then,
Nebuchadnezzar.
yeah, Fata Morgana is the kind of classic New England that they do.
I need to very quickly check on something because I'm pissed off as hell right now.
Oh, why?
Okay, yeah. So I think, and this might sound weird. I think I can't share a tab from a video from my own channel because every channel that I go to, every video that I try to play on YouTube, it'll play, but nothing from my own channel. And I think that's because I'm actually occupying my own channel right now. You know what I mean? The IP address. I'm not like a IT consultant or anything, but I think that the IP address and everything just gets mixed up because my computer's like, wait, how can you access this because you're logged in on that and you're pushing information towards this thing from your IP address? So how can you play things? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? My brain's going too fast, but
Yeah, no, it's
I
just
think
it's
you know what I
lot.
mean.
Yeah, because you're active on it, it doesn't let you
Play
do other
things
shit.
from my own channel because the IP address and everything and the login, and it's realizing, I don't know, maybe that's it. Anyway, I'm not gonna go to incognito settings right now. I don't want to do all that bullshit. I'm in the middle of a live stream. I don't want to fuck around with settings. Sorry. Me and Thomas were supposed to have a regular thing, but he remembered how much. Well, I do love a regular thing with Mercy. Oh, Adam. No, actually, Adam and I are planning on setting something up regularly, but it's going to be about science fiction, Star Trek, and stuff like that. You wanted to get into this Fugel's Nipa shit.
Yeah, Fuggles. I don't like the kind of ashy, earthy sort of thing that Fuggles has. It's beautiful and as I've said this quite many a times. Is for me, I don't like light English beer. For me, if it comes to the English traditional beer, porters and stouts, I don't like bitters. I don't like English golden ales. I don't like brown ales. Maybe milds. I do actually enjoy an English mild. But other than that, I'm like, nah. For me, I like the more malty English beers. I don't like the kind of more hoppy ones, if that makes sense.
Well, I think I understand what you mean. And I think that, but wait, do you still mean though when they use the traditional English hops though?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think English hops. If you think about Kent Goldings, Fuggles, Bramling's Cross, actually, an English barley. In fairness, an English barley wine's quite nice with a bit of Bramling's Cross, because that's quite Bramling's Cross is used in Scotch ales often as well. But I just don't think English hops are suited to, light beers, if that makes sense, like golden ales and stuff like that. Nah. But in fairness, Utopia, there's a brewery over there called Utopia who do lager beers, and they've brewed these lagers with English hops, and they've actually turned out quite nicely. So I'm open because of what they've done. I'm kind of open to being proved wrong on it, actually. But in terms of Fuggles in a golden ale or whatever, nah.
Oh, I thought for a second there it was like you just dropped off, but you just went quiet so quickly and everything went quiet. I don't know. I like Fuggles, like you said, in my stouts and things like that, especially that earthy ashen thing. I think that if you go to a proper dry stout, like a real proper export stout, and use Fuggles, I love that combination.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. Like porter, porter or a stout with Fuggles hop, beautiful. But like see that like an IPA. I remember,
but not just like stout in general, like really like the dry stout, the export stouts, like the real
or like an RIS, yeah.
Yeah, like when it's like supposed to be really extra roasty toasty, and you get that earthy, ashy thing that you're talking about. I love that.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I agree.
I thought Talus had quite a big coconut flavor. It is derivative from Sabro, but here's the thing, though.
Yeah, a little bit, but not as much as Sabro itself. Nah.
No, but that
don't-
maybe again can depend on how is it used, when was it dropped in the boil, things like
Oh.
that. Water treatment. It just depends on so many things.
See
But
on
for
this.
me,
See on this. Oh, sorry.
no, I just wanted to say, like Sabro to me is either huge on the coconut or it's incredibly lime forward.
Mm.
Not just like citrus, but really specifically lime.
Yeah, because there's
But
a thing. There's a thing that comes to mind based on what you say there. So let's use Simcoe as an example, right? I'd be curious as to whether you agree with me with this. So Simcoe, it's like you say, it can depend on the yeast, on the malt base, and everything like this. Take Simcoe, right? See if you put Simcoe into a West Coast IPA, it gives you this really big, oily, quite pungent passion fruit for me, right? But if you put it in a New England malt base, wheat and oats, it's
Mhm.
really smooth and really juicy. If you put
It's
it in
funny
a
because
black,
Simcoe for me is always so weedy danky.
but I find it, as I say, I find it quite oily and like strong passion fruit, pungent passion fruit in a West Coast. If you put it in a New England, it gets really smooth and juicy and gives you a wee bit of mango. If you put it in a black IPA, it gives you all these red fruity characters. And for me, that I don't know why that particular example has stuck with me, but Simcoe for me is one of the most variable hops I've come across. But I had a black IPA recently from Ale
Uh,
Farm in Denmark, and that
I
had
like
like
it.
Sabro and Talus and stuff in it as well. It was like hops that I'd never seen in a black IPA, and it worked out really interestingly. Actually, it was really weird how it all went together.
Well, first of
Yeah.
all, Ale Farm, fucking spot on.
Mm.
As for black IPA, see, I'm of the opinion that, and I'm gonna get fucked over for this one. I think you and I talked about this in the past. There is no such thing as a black IPA. As in, and I don't want to get into the semantics of, yeah, but it's pale ale and then black and it's dark, but it's supposed to be pale. What I'm trying to say is there is no actual recipe like a baseline for a black IPA. If somebody has a porter recipe, a brewery has a recipe for a porter, and they're like, we want to bring out a black IPA, we'll just over hop, dry hop, whatever, this porter. We're going to call it a black IPA. If somebody has an IPA recipe and they're like, we want to make a black IPA, let's just use dark malts. Let's use some, chocolate malts and whatever kind of malts, and just make it very dark in color. We're going to call it a black IPA.
Well, but
And that's how
actually,
people, yeah.
yeah, no, I agree with you to an extent. I think like a black IPA is basically like, even for me, right? Just let's humor me on this. I think there's two kinds of black IPAs these days. There's a New England one, which is again wheat and oats in it as well. But then there's the more West Coasty type one, which is the original, the old school thing, which is barley malt. And for me, the benchmark of a black IPA is black salts and body malts from Total. That's it. That's for me. That's the benchmark of an old school West Coast barley malt black IPA. But anyway, but no, as you say, I think the Toul one, they essentially took a West Coast IPA recipe, put in a little bit of carafa or black malt, something like maybe Special B. I don't know how old Special B is to the malt. They just put a little bit of that in, like 100 grams per 25 liters or something, and that's it.
I'm just
Usually,
going to quickly. I'm going to skip over a few comments. I'm going to go back to those, but I want to get to this one. Hoppy porters and black IPAs are not the same thing. It should be an IPA recipe with darker malts. That's my point. There is not an actual. That's what you're saying. It should be an IPA. That's my point. There's a lot of brewers out there that basically go like, "Hey, black IPAs are popular. We should bring out a black IPA. What are we going to do? We'll just take a dark beer recipe that we have and put in, change the hop profile and dry hop the fuck out of it, and we're going to call it a black IPA." That's my point. That's why some black IPAs come across as like New England style IPA, super juicy with some chocolatey notes in it, or maybe some coffee notes and some roasty bitterness, while others come across as like an incredibly dry porter with more hoppy notes. There isn't, at least that's my point of view. There's not an actual, fucking hell, there's actually this is where the entire debate started, not several years ago, more than several years ago. The Cascadian Dark Ale.
Mm.
Guy brewed a fucking beer, and that's basically the origin, according to internet legends, the origin of the Black IPA. Dude brewed a beer. Dude brewed a dark ale. Dude brewed a dark ale with a little bit too much Cascade in it. Dude called it a Cascadian Dark Ale. What was it technically? Nothing. It was tasty. Called it a Cascadian Dark Ale. According to some people, they were like, this smells and reacts almost like an IPA, but with darker malts in it. So we're going to call it a Black IPA. It's all sort of lost in translation and what happened online, and there's not an actual clear timeline of what happened.
Mm.
But there are people out there who say that a Cascadian Dark Ale is a Black IPA, that a Black IPA can be a Cascadian Dark. There's so many different stories about it, and that was my point. I'm not saying that Black IPAs and hoppy porters are the same. I'm just saying, yeah, I can guarantee you can find Cascadian Dark Ales that will not have Cascade in it. They're just calling it Cascadian Dark Ales because Cascadian Dark Ale just became a name for a hoppy dark ale.
Just in fair, I think it's kind of evolved a wee bit with Cascadian Dark Ales that they're lower out. It's almost like a Black Pale Ale, somewhere between a Black Pale and a low ABV IPA. So it's something like that. But yeah, it should.
That's my point. That's my
mainly,
point. A lot of people this is the exact same debate that a lot of people are having over what is the difference between a stout and a porter. Well, 150 years ago, the difference was huge. Now, you know, the entire when is it a porter, when is it a stout, kind of sort of, you know what I mean, got ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Some people call a porter when I'm like, this isn't a porter. And they're like, yeah, but we call it a porter. So
I've just had something come into my mind, right? And this is on the whole black malty side of things, right? So I had a beer from Julia Brewery. You know, remember the Skånsk Lager that we did as the you three, four of you in the Netherlands, and then me. Yeah. So Julia Brewery, a few months back, when is this? About a year ago now, April 2021. So they brought out this beer called Black Sheep, and it was a Black IPL. And it was like, it was one, I thought it was nice and it was well done, but I was kind of like, what's the point? I was actually kind of like, what is the point of a Black IPL? Because it really just tasted like
marketing. It's all marketing, and that's what that's basically my point. People are like, they want to get in on the hype, and then people are like, what's the hype? IPAs are the hype. What's the hype? Dark beers are the hype. What's the hype? Lagers are a hype. Why don't we just throw everything together and make a Black India lager?
It was interesting to say. Yeah, it was interesting, as I say, but I kind of just didn't see the point of it. I was like, so it's an interesting beer, but I'm like, it's interesting to try, but it's not, it's not, yeah.
I'm going to go through some comments, but I do want you to go. We can change the subject into this because this is something that's a thing for you. I know it is. Adam was saying something about a Simcoe bitter.
That could be interesting.
I think that could really work. Douglas is chiming in. How you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, I went to that one. Apparently Douglas is fine. Cascadian Dark Ale has to have Cascade in it. We have commented on that. Then it's just a Dark Ale. Same thing with Imperial Malts. That's not a thing. It's an Imperial Dark Ale. I know. A stout is a stout porter, so a porter by logic is a thinner stout. Yeah, but again, by logic. But so many people brew these beers right now that I'm like, they call it a porter, and I'm drinking it, and I'm thinking like, this is a stout. Why are you calling it a porter? There is a difference in terms of flavor profile, you know, the bitterness, the roasty toastiness of it, you know.
Yeah, because I think the porter just uses a different type of yeast. I thought porters had a different kind of yeast mainly.
Well, that depends on if you want to talk about a Baltic porter or...
Well, there's a London porter. Yeah, it's London porter and Baltic porter, the two types.
I love a Baltic porter, by the way. Yeah. Black IPL is fine as you get black lagers in both Germany and Czech Republic, so it's just same thing but hoppier. Again, there you go. So that's basically the point.
Yeah, and I mean you get the German Schwarzbier, the Czech Tmavi. Yeah. I have to admit, I actually prefer a Czech Tmavy to a German Schwarzbier. I don't know, like, that's an interesting point as well. Is in terms of Czech and German lagers, I find the Czech ones tend to be a little bit more sort of creamy and yeasty, whereas the German ones are a bit lighter and crisp, generally speaking. But we don't get that many Czech beers. I wish we got more. I actually do wish we got more.
I can agree. If
Czech
you come
beers.
over next time, I'll try and get White Dog's Czech Pilsner. It's a Dutch brew Czech Pilsner. So let's get into this one. James, are you interested in mystery beers? And be honest here, because I think I know the answer.
See, for me, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because obviously my style is I like to know the brewery and research the brewery and present it that way. So I guess in a way, I'd be interested. I wouldn't, if people were going to send me mystery beers, I wouldn't want it to be from a brewery that I hadn't had anything from before. Which is a thing. If folk wanted to send me mystery beers, yeah, I don't know. Like, because the thing is, Davor, I did a mystery beer with Davor, and I remember it, and I was able to tell. I tasted it, and I was like, "That's from this brewery," and I was right. I remember that he sent me something from. It was like it was a rye ale or something like this, a rye IPA, and I tasted it, and I didn't quite pick up on the rye. I thought it was like an old West Coast IPA, something.
But that's
like
the beauty about mystery beers, because you learn so many things.
Yes, and see, that's the thing, is that's why I'm in two minds about it, because it really does make you think about beers differently. So if people wanted to send me mystery beers, I'd be like, sure, but send as much as it takes away from the mystery beer, like don't send me a mystery beer from a brewery I've not tried before, because that's one of the joys I get out of doing these videos, is I like researching the brewery and finding the story behind the brewery. That's
why I love this question, because at the end of the day, I know you're trying to be sort of diplomatic about it. You hate mystery beers. You don't like.
I don't hate it. I actually do quite enjoy. I actually quite enjoy that. But see, the thing is, see if someone sent me a mystery beer and it's from a brewery I didn't know, I'd probably, you know what I'd end up doing? I'd end up going back and being like, right, okay, I've tasted the beer now. Here's the history of the brewery. I would end up just doing that and like editing the video together and doing something like that.
I love mystery beers because I love it when I get them right on point. I've done that. I've actually managed to pick the exact beer that I was drinking 2 or 3 times in a mystery beer. That I said, it's this and this and this beer. You know which one I'm still most proud of? I was drinking it, I was picking up on things, and was like, I was thinking and analyzing, and like, it's like this, it's like that. I think it could be, I think it might be, I don't know. It's something along the lines, and I was just about to unwrap it. I already grabbed the wrapper, and I went like a little bit, and I was like, wait. I looked in the camera, and I said, this is a Struise pannenpot. And I was fucking right. And that's fucking amazing. That's a great feeling. You know what's even more fun? When you're completely fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But you still pick out things that are right. Oh, man, I wish I could say something, because I just filmed a mystery beer last weekend and I can't say anything about it. I picked up on so many of all the flavor notes that were exactly right. But it reminded me of something. And I went for a different style. I went for a lager, and it turned out to be an ale. And it was a very crisp. It was quite a crisp ale. And because of other things that I picked up on it, you could imagine it being a lager. I love shit like that. I love being wrong, but I also love being right. And I don't know. It's just. Douglas is drinking some water. He's saying cheers to Cornave and enjoy your Bock. London Porter uses London ale yeast. Those are very. Oh, that's true. I think Cascadian Black Ale isn't to do with the hop, but it was brewed in the Republic of Cascadia in America. I think that's probably it. Yeah, Thomas's best mystery beer is Harry's. Oh,
Dragon
God.
soup, yeah.
You know, I know so many people, not so many people. I thought a few people really thought that I was taking the mickey, taking the piss out of it, but really, within that time span, my head started to hurt.
Yeah, that green fucking, yeah.
It's just nasty. Just the name for black IPA, not necessarily with Cascade hops. It is one of the. I agree. Cascadian Dark Ale became like a name for a black IPA. Well, it really doesn't necessarily need to be. For example, oh hey, how you doing, Sam? What's up? What's up, you convict? Oh, you know he is. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A while ago, Adam sent me over this black IPA range from Cloudwater.
Mm.
There was nothing black IPA about it, except for the fact that, or IPA about it, or whatever. He only told me this after I drank the first one, because I was like, "What is?" Because he said there's a thing about it. I was like, "There's something here," and this doesn't drink like an IPA. I loved it, but this just drinks like a big fucking stout, a hoppy stout, but a big fucking stout. And it has never been confirmed, but apparently, and Adam's watching, of course, so maybe he can chime in on the name of it. But apparently, they used Persistence is Utile or something, I think it was called, which is a Cloudwater Imperial Stout as a base. It's a coffee stout as a base, and then just hop the fuck out of it. And that was basically proving my point. Like, there's so many breweries out there just taking a recipe they have and just altering it a little bit to make it like a black IPA. So sometimes it's just hop the fuck out of something dark they have and then call it, or they'll just take a hoppy beer and then just use darker malts. That's, again, trying to get.
You know what's a really interesting thing as well, just on that point? There's two things that's coming to mind. So first off, one of the first black IPAs I tried, it was a Finnish one, Plevnan Siperia. It tasted like an imperial stout with just a shitload of hops in it, like a load of, Centennial, Chinook, and Cascade. It was really nice, actually. So I don't know if that. I've got a feeling that Riku told me that brewery went bust. I'm sure, but no, don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's a beer I would love to get to you at some point if I come across it. But one of the just on that, have you ever tried a coffee IPA?
I've had one or two.
Overtone, like the very first beer I ever tried from Overtone was the Rwandan coffee IPA, and that's Stone Brewing also did one, and was it in collaboration with Modern Times? Maybe that was those two beers. Honestly, those are probably two of the best beers I've ever reviewed. Actually, two of my favorite reviews, just because of how fucking strange it is, to be quite honest. But yeah, coffee IPAs are something else. Love those.
I've had one or two, and I don't know, man. I don't know. What the hell? So, yeah, hoppy imperial stouts, right? The Cloudwater things. Yeah, but without the coffee, obviously. It still had a coffee note, but not like coffee, like coffee adjunct, but there were coffee notes in it. It was mostly, they were incredibly like savory, licorice. You know what I mean? Soy sauce, umami bombs, and I love that in my stouts.
You get some really interesting like soy sauce doppelbock type beers in Japan, and those are really interesting.
Really? Name a few. I'd love to try those.
I'll see if I can I need to, once I go out there again, I'll see if I can bring you back one, because there is one that comes out like every year that I could get you. Yeah.
I am game.
I think I need a pee break, so I will be back in a second.
Yeah, you go for the pee break, but I will tell you right now, I'm not going to go on for that much longer because I do have work in the morning.
I think, yeah, if we hit 2 hours, I think that's a good amount.
Yeah, like give or take.
Yeah, cool. Right. PP time.
PP time. And we're going back to the instrument break. We're going to go. I am still not a fan of white stouts. I am not. I don't know. I've tried a few, and I don't know. They all come across. Maybe it's because a lot of these white stouts come across as white chocolate for me, and white chocolate isn't even chocolate, and I don't know. It just comes across a bit chemically, and I still have coffee hoppy white stout, coffee hoppy, coffee happy coffee, coffee. I I don't know. I've never been a big fan of white stouts. I do still have one or two laying around. They're just not my jam. Maybe I should try a little bit more. What are you drinking right now, Rory? Let me know. In the comments. Because Adam's walking the dog, and that's apparently not a euphemism. He's actually really walking a dog. I have a white stout that I can send you that's described as a pistachio pale. Okay, see now I'm because I don't like white stouts, but I love pistachio, and especially love like pistachio ice cream. Honestly, you haven't lived until you've had pistachio ice cream. That is literally the bomb. That shit is fucking amazing. I will have pistachio all the fucking time. I think I hear. Oh Jesus! I'm crashing. I am really crashing. I can't keep this up for that much longer. But no, I love pistachio. But again, yeah, on the white stout, Rory. I don't know. That's an interesting thing to quickly. Maybe we can finish up on that with James. And you guys drop comments here in the chat. What are your opinions on white stouts?
White stouts, shite.
Of course, you can hear me.
White stouts are shite.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those fads that didn't work out.
Kind of pointless.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. It's a fad. I think a nutty stout but white. Cool. It's the cool.
I drink too much of this stuff.
You do. I'm still on the case caramel fudge stouts for Rory. Wait, Rory, you've actually been on the same beer for like almost an hour. That's not what I'm used to when it comes to you, man. But a nutty white stout. So white stouts. I mean, you basically already gave me your opinion. You think they're shite.
Well, they're not shite. I just don't see the point.
You just literally said they're shite.
Yeah, I'm contradicting myself. I'll take that.
Yeah. You can't take it. Fucking hell, sure. It's
Full
not
racist.
It's not racist. That's not racist. That's not what racism is. Well, it is. Maybe
white stouts
maybe
are as
it
bad
is,
as blackface.
Wow. I am not touching that with a 10 foot because
No, I wouldn't either.
Coming from a country that I'm talking about me, by the way. I come from a country that basically celebrates blackface.
Really?
I am Zwarte Piet.
Oh, Zwarte Piet? Ah, okay, yeah.
With the Sinterklaas tradition. I mean, go fuck that shit. That is like fucking racist as fuck. This is my country going like, oh, this is a racist thing.
Yeah, there's a beer, Lunda Brigeriet. They have a beer called Zwarte Peter, actually.
They fucking go. I mean, but I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to go into that discussion. I'm gonna get flamed for this. I'm probably gonna lose subscribers for this, but I'm fucking hell. I'm sorry. I mean, this is a country, and we still need to really get our act together when it comes to this. But what the fuck, man? What the fuck? This is like basically it's a racist thing, and my country goes like, Sure, it's racist, but it's Dutch tradition, so we should still honor it.
I don't even know what it's all about, actually.
Go Google it. Don't Google it, but Google it.
Mm. All right.
I lost track of our subject. White stouts. So my biggest thing with white stouts is that often they'll have like lactose in it or some other very big sweetener, and they try with adjuncts or whatever to get that chocolate flavor going on. And what do you get? You get that white chocolate thing. And I don't like white chocolate. First of all, white chocolate. I used to love white chocolate as a kid, but because it's sweet. But white chocolate isn't even chocolate.
I do like white chocolate as well, actually.
There's no reasoning with this man. There's no talking with him.
I do like white chocolate. But it can get sickly. That's the only thing.
First of all, that's racist, loving white chocolate more than normal chocolate.
I don't love it more than normal chocolate.
No, I know, but I'm just yanking your chain.
We can say milk chocolate's racist because it's mixing something white with something chocolate.
Hate you. White stouts are so racist. Anyway, I'm on the same pale ale, but it's a point. Oh, dude, he's not gonna. Wait. That's like four. That's like 440 centiliter. That's like almost 440s.
It's a
If you
pale
look
ale,
at
though.
that. Yeah, but still, it's like a lot of beer. Yes, our Dutch office are very proud of the festival. They send us photos. Please, that's just don't. No, oh my God. I'm sorry. This is something that I'm not very proud. I'm very happy about the fact that the Dutch nation government, whatever, actually offered apologies for a lot of things in the last couple of years. But also that they're aware of the fact that maybe we should stop calling our golden century a golden century, as in we can still use it as a terminology, but be aware of the fact that the Dutch expansion,
The East Indies
wasn't
Company and all this, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't necessarily a very how am I going to be polite about this? Let's just say politically correct.
It was a bit naughty. The Dutch people did naughty things like all the other Europeans in other countries.
Good point. Trudeau loves the blackface. He did, didn't
Trudeau
he?
Trudeau loves the truckers.
I'm not even, what? No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I know he doesn't. He really doesn't.
Oh. Oh God, we're getting off subject. It's getting late, and I'm just really like fucking tired. I can't take this up much longer. But white stouts, yeah. So here's the thing: a lot of these white stouts, they use a lot of lactose. You get that. So this is my problem. When I think of white stouts,
You're racist against lactose.
They often
Demors Lutel destroyed lactose for you.
You just.
I'll let you
Yes.
speak.
This is true. This is true, though. You're right.
It is true.
It is very fucking true. So it comes across as white chocolate for me, and I really used to love white chocolate as a child, but I don't anymore because it's chemically and artificially sweet, and there's just not an actual chocolate component in it. Combine it with too much vanilla often, which I'm also not a big fan of when it's overused. And most of these white stouts just come across as this chemically unbalanced fake. I don't know. It's the fucking It's the fucking Big Mac of the beer world. You know. The first time you smell a Big Mac, you're like, "Oh yeah, it smells of beef and bacon and burger. It's a burger." And then you open your eyes and you look at it, and it disappoints because that's not what you smelled. And you taste it, and you're like, "This is not what I'm supposed to, experience in terms of flavor." So yeah, white stouts just suck. Yes.
Yeah, the only legitimate white chocolate is white
Jesus,
Toblerone.
I'm sorry. This is just lovely. Here I am going on a rant, and you're just sitting here going like, all right. Let me just quickly go to make up for Schwarz Pita. Come and do the Caribbean Festival in Preston, jerk chicken and craft beer.
I've never tried jerk chicken actually.
Come on, you jerk chicken all the time.
Hmm.
Or you're choking the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I might have Funky Flow's barley wine brewed. Dude, what?
I don't know if I fancy that.
That sounds. Well, here's the thing. It sounds horrific and disgusting, and it shouldn't work. And I want to try it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's like a train wreck. It's like a train wreck. You're like, this is horrific. This is horrific. This is bad. This is horrible.
But then still you're curious, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Only legitimate white chocolate is white Toblerone. There is no legitimate white chocolate. This does not exist.
Mm. I never liked Toblerone that much.
Oh god, I hate myself. Here I go again. It's not real chocolate. Toblerone is also milk chocolate. Milk chocolate isn't real chocolate. Chocolate isn't chocolate unless it has like 70% cacao components. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything below that can be tasty, but it's not chocolate. This is my personal opinion.
In Australia, we used to give the dogs carob chocolate, and it's quite interesting. It's like powdery, this powdery
Yeah,
oil.
I've heard of that. What is that again?
It's a plant extract, I'm sure.
But
no, we used to have the carob chocolate for the dogs. So I like whenever we had the two dogs, there was always 3 bits, and it was always I had one, and the dogs then had it. So I used to eat the dog's chocolate. It was great.
I think I've had that in a beer once. That carob thing. It sounds so fucking familiar. Jerk chicken is amazing. So I know the spices involved, and it makes sense that it's going to be good.
Mm.
Johannesbro. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. Carob tea.
Never tried carob tea.
4.43 on Untapped. Yeah, but it's Untapped, and Untapped sucks.
Mm.
I had to force myself to. I don't rate on Untapped anymore. And this morning, I had the morning off. I really had to force myself to do some LCIs, late check-ins, from last weekend. I figured I should just do these because, I don't know. Dude, I am really struggling to keep this going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. It's 11:15. I'm starting to get sleepy as well, actually.
Yeah, same. I need to start. I'm like going to the line and nod. I had a great time. So next Wednesday,
it was nice. I enjoyed the discussion and stuff. It was good.
And just banter.
Yeah. So next week will be my channel. I think we'll aim for 20:45, 9 o'clock. We'll figure it out. But
basically, that sort of time frame. We don't want. Maybe that's easy for people who are watching right now. We're aiming for like somewhere between 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
So maybe if we're both on time, we will start at 8:30, and if we're both
it's you that's been late twice.
No, last time I had to ask you, dude, where are you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I was there. I was in the house.
No, I still have the fucking. Wait, where is it? The chat here. Where was it? What was it? It was 2020. I was like, don't forget, Germany. You said like nearly home at 2020.
Yeah, and I got in and I sent you the link at 2028.
Oh fuck yeah! No, now I'm seeing it. I had tech issues again.
Yeah.
God damn it! You were right. Fuck you. I hate you. You're a fucking bastard. No,
Yeah,
but
because I was on I was literally on the bus on the way home. I got home at 25 past, started up my computer, sat down, sent you the link, thinking you'd be at your computer, and you weren't.
well, no, I was at my computer, but I was having technical problems. So maybe we'll just probably aim for 20:45 to 9. No, things got a little bit derailed this time. I had a carrot porter. One's quite nice and chocolatey. It sounds good.
Which one's Rory
Okay.
saying score 0.43 on Untapped? Jerk chicken.
Oh, he's talking about the this one, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's
Could be
fucking
interesting.
Untapped, dude. I don't trust Untapped anymore. Untapped's the devil. Dude, I'm gonna go fucking check out, and I'm gonna talk to you next week. I need.
Yep, I think we can take
we can
we could take it off live. So yeah, guys, tune into my channel for episode 3 next week.
Right, fuck you, Rory. Forward. It's a forward time for forward people.
Phone time for phone people. I'll actually get to meet Rory in person, I think, in June or July. Be quite nice.
I'm sorry, Rory, that you're gonna have to go through that.
Poor Rory.
I mean, it's fun, but in the end, it's not worth it.
It's just don't give me kebab pizza, because then it's that's. But kebab pizza and garlic, those farts are terrible. Wow.
Don't sleep in the same bed with him. That's all I can tell you.
Dutch oven,
Not with a garlic fart. Everybody, yeah, like Douglas is saying, bye everybody. Everybody have a great evening. Everybody go to the land of Nod. Land of Nod means go to sleep. Have a great fun evening, and see you guys in the live stream. See you guys in another review. Do please go towards James's channel, Rampant Lion Reviews. Go check him out. Go subscribe. Go. Spank your monkey while watching his videos. He'll appreciate it. That's why he films them. Every time he films them, that's what he's thinking about. Like, I hope people do this.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Touch yourself while you're watching him. And Jesus fucking Christ. I'll see all you guys in another review soon. And cheers.